My name is Rob Chung. I'm the district manager for the Toronto location for Vector Canada. I've been in direct sales for 18 years, and I started as a high school student, and it's been really the only career I've ever really had. I'm a Toronto native and very proud to represent the city, and this is what I've also love the direct sales aspect of it, in business in general. So originally I started as a student. It was just a part-time job for summer. The whole plan was just to gain some experience and then, use it as a stepping stone into my future career. I was planning on going to computer networking, so I wasn't sure where that would lead me, but I wanted to gain some people skills, learn how to actually speak to people since I was very introverted. And then it just became more and more of something I got more interested in, and I decided to continue the job full time. I was a sales representative for several years, and then went into management. And I love being able to lead people now and help people gain the same experience I did, because the majority of people I work with are students who pretty much are exactly like how I was. I want to give them the same tools that I was able to gain later. The big thing is that sales is really a science, and that's important for me because there's no magic to it. There's always going to be numbers. So once you learn the numbers and just stick to the numbers, then you're going to be fine. You get to accept the good days. You love the good days. You get to accept the bad days. And but as long as you know that there's a process and you follow it, and you never really ride the emotional roller coaster, then you're going to be completely fine at the end. At the end of the day, the skills you're taking away will help in every industry that you ever want to get into. I really think it's helped me become a better problem solver, because when you're dealing with people, you're dealing with all different types of personalities and situations. So you have to be able to think, pause, listen, and be very patient, and then figure out, okay, what's going to be best for this person, because there is no one size fit all answer for everyone. I mentioned there's programs you follow, but there's different ways that you can lead everyone to understanding. And it's more important to be understood than just to be heard. So I've just been very good at listening to people and understanding. And like I said, being that I was very introverted before, this has helped me, not have to become this, not to change, because I would still say I'm introverted, but it really helps me that I can now pick my spots and manage my energy better of when I'm actually dealing with people. Big benefit of being an independent contractor is that I get to be my own boss, manage my own schedule, and take whatever I want out of the business. What's really beneficial being with Cutco and Vector is I work for myself, but I've never worked by myself. I got a great team of people who help me, and our leadership team, I would put it up against any other leadership team out there in the world, because they're always there to help you, because helping you helps the entire organization as well. So, but it doesn't feel like as if they're just doing it just because, well, we want more. They're doing it because they actually care about you, and just want to see everyone grow that way. So I'm really happy with the fact that I'm never really feeling like as if I'm doing this on my own at any given point in time. But I get to also be creative and come up with ideas, because I also like to innovate. So I kind of get to have everything. I get my cake and eat it too. I think every single person should try direct sales at least once in their life, because even if it's not going to be a career path, the reality is people change jobs all the time. But how many jobs do they try can actually enhance their resume, but also enhance their skills? Direct sales, I think, is one of the quickest paths or gives you the most gains in terms of your skills. So regardless, because you're going to get great training and coaching in great companies anyway. So that's just going to be invaluable in the end. I'd say sales isn't a scary thing. I've heard it more than anything that someone says, I could never do sales, or I could never, be in front of customers. And it's like, well, if you've had conversations with people, if you've ever promoted anything, if you've ever talked about a movie you love, if you've ever talked about your favorite restaurant, you've ever talked about anything, you can do sales. Sales is simply transferring your enthusiasm from one person to the next. That's it. So there's nothing phony about it. You don't have to make anything up. You just have to know your information and be able to be enthusiastic about it yourself. So I would say just make sure that you're representing something that you actually like yourself and can see other people using, and that's sales. That's it. What I'd say to any student, especially who thinks that, well, the sales doesn't apply to them. Every business in the world is sales. Every single thing is about either getting customers, retaining customers, and you're promoting a product or you're promoting a service. So every single thing is sales. Direct sales gives you the fastest opportunity of growth for the skills you'll need to be in any industry in the world. So I've gotten the opportunity to work with so many students, and I'll say the majority of the students I've worked with who've done really well with their organization and have won, tons of awards, scholarships, has gotten recognition, and have been and have made a lot of money. Majority of them aren't even in sales or business for school. Like, we got students who've been in creative writing, who are doctors, who are going to be lawyers, going to be engineers, especially. Like, we have a lot of business students, but it's nowhere near the amount of every other student who gains a lot from this. And instead of them going into fields where they're working for someone, they're getting the skills to actually run their own business instead in the field that they want, which is even better for them. They've just gotten brave enough to actually decide that they want to challenge themselves that way. So I would say direct sales definitely gives you an advantage over working at just easy jobs or something that you feel that you're going to need for your program or whatever you're going into, because every employer is going to ask you the question without fail. Like, name a time or give me an example of a time where you were challenged and how you overcame that. And direct sales gives challenges every day. And either dealing with a customer, dealing with a challenging scenario, could be a sales competition. Direct sales has it all the time. And you can come up with stories that are going to be a lot better than your competition will be.